1.
Welcome everyone to Potential Excellence's very first episode on our podcast, Unlocking Your Potential Excellence. And a round of applause. Ooh, okay, guys.
What round of applause?
A round of applause?
No one's here to applaud.
Oh yeah, it's just us, right? Oh, crazy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good people all around the world, I would like to introduce. Oh my gosh, I'm very nervous. We can't stop now. I would like to introduce our very first guest, Samiya.
Hi.
All right. So before we get deep into the conversation, into this podcast, tell the audience a little bit about yourself. What do you do for a living? What school you go to? All of that stuff.
All right, so I go to Mac. I'm in Sockside. I'm first year. I'm just started, so that's pretty much.
All right, let's jump into it. First question.
Wait, not even questions yet. Supposed to talk about you as a person, what you've learned.
As a person? The week?
Yeah.
Good thing, bad thing?
Yeah.
Good thing, bad thing? Oh, okay, let's talk about your week a bit. All right.
Oh, can you be louder? Sorry.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm sorry.
All right, so what's a good thing and a bad thing that's happened to you this week?
This week?
Or even today?
Well, today one of my lectures got canceled, so that was pretty nice.
Stay in school, kids. Stay in school.
A bad thing? I try not to focus on the bad.
All right.
Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. But no, it's been a really good week. So
That's good. What do you think your energy level is for today between 1 to 10?
Right now?
Yeah.
I had a coffee in the morning. Well, I had a...
It's got caffeine.
No. You know those awake bars?
Awake bars?
Yeah, they're like chocolate, but it has it's equal to 1 cup of coffee.
How much does it cost?
It's super cheap. It's like $2. $3. Yeah, I have one of those. Actually, I had 2 of those. It's kept me going, so.
Okay.
I also took a nap, but.
It's kind of expensive, but okay.
What are your cheaper than coffee.
Oh, that is true. So you're still saving money. What are your hobbies like?
My hobbies? I like to draw.
Okay.
I enjoy painting. I haven't done it in a while though.
So you're an artist.
You could say that. I like to meditate. I like yoga.
Nice. Same.
You do?
I try to do it every
really?
week. I try.
Every week?
Every
meditation
week.
or yoga?
Every day even. Not every meditation every morning.
Yeah.
If I wake up on time.
Yeah.
And then yoga twice a week. Yeah. My high school teacher put me on this guy. Oh, this
me
organization.
Too.
Exactly. They call it Patrick Beach Yoga, and that's intense. Core workout wise. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Meditation.
10 minutes of it.
Mindful meditation?
Yeah.
Every morning, every night?
Some guided meditation or anything like that.
Sets you straight.
Exactly. Put you on that right path for the whole day. The whole day. Let's see. Future goals.
Future goals. As in spiritual goals or personal goals or work-related goals.
Let's put in aspects of life. Financial goals.
Financial goals?
Yeah.
Oh man, I just want to be financially stable. I want to be independent. Of course, as everyone wants to be.
Yeah.
Career-wise, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but I think that's what first year's really about. So you can get
figure yourself out.
Figure it out. I just want to be able to do what I love. I want to be happy.
Yeah.
I want to go to work every day, but I want to be doing something I love.
Yeah.
I really don't want to be in a 9 to 5 either. That's something I always said. Yeah. I wanna run my dad. He owns his own business.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I've always wanted to do that from a young age. I want to run a business. I want to be an entrepreneur.
What kind of business does he run?
He owns multiple furniture stores.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I know they make money from that.
Yeah, no, he's doing good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. What about, I call this emotional, so relationship wise, friendships,
okay.
Deep relationships, that type of thing.
And that's honestly, it's usually really hard for me to make good friends or lasting connections because the people, they just really have to be on my wavelength. And that's so hard to find. That's so rare.
Yeah.
So honestly,
people that connect with you,
I really don't have a lot of friends. I probably have 1 or 2 solid people I could even actually call friends.
The real ones.
Yeah. But I want to meet more people like me. I want to meet people I can vibe with. I want to meet my people, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
I'm looking for that.
All right. Mental. So like, let's say someone comes up to you on the street and just starts like giving you so much negativity, just starts bashing you. Like, how are you gonna be able to, I guess, your future self to, I guess, overcome any sort of negativity? Like, where do you see yourself on a mental toughness level?
Okay. So I feel like stuff like that, you just have to be mentally strong. When someone's coming at you with stuff like that, it's really not a reflection of you. Almost all the time, it's like how they are, what's going on with their internal internal self. So you have to understand that it's less about you and more about them, and that will kind of put your mind at ease, and you won't feel the need to overreact. So like at one point in my life, I was actually like that. I don't know. It was like last year while I was meditating. I was super into spirituality, and I actually had this girl. She came up to me. She was yelling. She was like cussing in my face. And I was like, okay, like take a step back. Like, are you okay? What's wrong? Like, we can solve this. Like, there's no need to be yelling. Because I was just so content with myself, and like I knew, okay, this isn't about me. This is clearly something else. Clearly something she has on a deeper level. But I've kind of like fell off from that a little bit.
Okay, but you're getting yourself back.
I'm kind of trying to get back into it.
But that's good though. Like for someone to like give you so much negativity, and you're still able to like ask them, "Are you okay? What can I do to help?" Even though you like they gave you so much hate and so much pain, but you kind of like put yourself over above it to like, you know.
And it's so easy to be like, "Fuck you!" Like, sorry, I'm trying to swear. I'm just trying to be, you know, act out and
let the
anger
hate, you know, and consume you.
So.
All right. What about your, let's say, some physical goals? You know, not everyone is like a Greek god, but like, where do you see yourself at least physically being healthy for many years to live on this earth?
I really want to be vegan.
Oh, really?
I've been a vegetarian for 5-6 years now.
Okay.
I want to be vegan. I feel like it's so good. It's amazing for your.
Why do you want to be vegan?
Why do I want to be vegan? Why not, man? It's like it's so good for the environment. It's so good for the animals. It's so good for you. Vegans live longer.
Oh, really?
Look at my face.
Also, more about health benefits.
No.
Not health.
No.
So it's not for your own health to like.
It is. That's a part of it. But the reason I became vegetarian 6 years ago was because I was so. I don't know if you've seen like these animal documentaries and like how they treat them, factory farming and stuff like that. It's so crazy. It's so sad. I was like, I don't want to support this industry. I don't want to put my money into this. Like, I'm like
those companies, those organizations.
That's actually interesting because I wasn't born in Canada, right? I was born in Jamaica, so I've actually seen like animals get killed in front of me and then get prepared for dinner. Like, as a
on the same day. That's something that can traumatize you.
In places like that, it's more humane than what they do here.
Yeah.
Like here,
it's more like factory
farming
process. Yeah, especially when they like. I've heard that they feed the animals purposely to get them bigger, so with some extra chemicals.
They have like injections. They put hormones in their food, and then we're consuming that. So we're consuming the hormones as well, and like imagine what kind of effect that has to our bodies. It's so bad.
And what about your spiritual goals? You know, I know you said you've been meditating a bit, but what about like, I mean, everyone's religion is different, so I don't really like to get into that, but more of believing in the unknown. Like, how could you say, in this case, how could you say that you're going to graduate McMaster University right now, even though that's like 4 to 5, 6 years away? So like, where is your future self at to like believe in the unknown?
That's so scary, you know. I feel like everyone kind of has anxiety about the future.
It is.
I just try to remain present most of the time. I feel like there's no past, there's no future. You only have right now. You're only living right now.
Yeah.
So I try to be present most of the time. I feel like if you're worrying about the future, it's really pointless.
Yeah.
You should have goals. You should have your goals. You should work towards them. You should do all of that. But stressing about it, it's not gonna help you. So that's where I am right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, now that the audience knows a little bit about you, let's jump into the interesting questions.
Okay, so today's podcast is gonna be about dating.
Okay.
Dating advice. Gonna ask you both to give your little
Sorry.
1, 2, 3
Get comfortable.
dating advice.
Yep.
Let's talk about preferences.
Okay.
Gotta get into like gender roles and jealousy and all that, and clinginess.
Mm-hmm.
But first off, let's start off with our guest. Ladies first. What dating advice would you give the men or women that are watching?
Oh my god, dating advice? That's a tough one. Okay. Shit. I don't know where to start.
Whatever's on your mind, just say it out.
You give one. I wanna see.
Dating? Oh wow, that's crazy. Me of all people. Dating
Why'd
advice.
you say that?
Yeah,
You of all people.
I'm not that experienced.
Really?
But, nah. What do you mean, really?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Dating advice. I guess it's all about satisfying both partners, so both people. So I guess you should have a common ground, whether it's conversations, what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do, dating, locations. So I guess it's all about finding that place or hangout spot or I don't know, something that benefits both parties.
But that'll come with communication, right?
Communication.
Yeah, communication I think communication is key in any relationship.
Facts.
Whether it be a friendship, like completely platonic relationships, with your family, anyone, communication is definitely key.
Okay, so this question isn't there, but actually no, I'm gonna save that for the end. I'm not gonna skip to that.
Oh, true.
But you guys have any preferences when you're dating?
Oh, like
preferences.
Do you have any preferences?
I was supposed to be asking the questions. I'm even supposed to be answering.
Oh, really?
But,
You're on the
yeah,
podcast
I'm just
too.
curious.
Yeah, I have preferences.
What are your preferences?
Huh?
What are your preferences?
Oh, it's true. So I'm being interviewed. You see this? Okay, you guys see this? So I don't know. I would say, I guess, height. Height? One.
Like not taller than you, or like about the same height, shorter than you?
No, taller than me. Like I
How
know
tall?
that's kind of weird. Yeah.
A lot of guys are.
Yeah, a lot of guys get really insecure.
I think it's demasculizing. Like it makes them feel. It hurts their ego.
I guess for some guys.
It hurts them.
Because in my mind, my son's gonna be a ball player.
That's what my brother says. That's what my brother says. My brother's like that too.
But like mindset. When I said height, I mean like there's a shortness. You can't be too short.
Oh, of course.
That's my thing. So it's actually like flipped for me.
So what's your ideal height?
Ideal height would probably be.
Let's say you're 5'10". What do you want the girl to be?
No shorter than 5'5", 5'6".
Oh wow! Why?
Yeah.
Why do you have this thing with tall girls?
My back. I have problems with, like.
Are you gonna go with a lie?
Yeah. I'm old.
Wait, what?
No, that's not the real reason, but like, that's the reason that I've been telling him, so he knows that reason. The real reason is probably because I kind of like to think further along.
Oh,
so all of my answers are not like for me.
It's that long-term mindset.
For my children and my family and my grandchildren.
The genes.
So I'm like exactly.
Not these genes.
It's all about genetics, right? So if my wife is of good height and then I'm already not a bad height. My children have a higher likelihood of having a good height, and in this, sadly as it is, in the society that we live in, height is something that people used to judge. It's one of the first things you see.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So if my children are set from the height, then they can start working on their personality, because there's a lot of people who are short and they already automatically have like certain social issues.
You can overcome that though.
Yeah, but that's like it takes time though. It takes time,
but
those
especially for children, if you build it at a young age, you're always
you're set. Like your foundation is strong from the get-go, so you'll be fine.
Especially from your family, and they're like raised with that assurance. Then they'll be well off. Like a lot of people that have these confidence issues, it comes from it's usually like something deeper. It's something from their childhood or whatever.
That is very true.
Yeah.
So you guys still have yet to answer the question. You guys called me to answer the question. I don't know how this happened.
I kind of answered.
You kind of. No,
you didn't. No, you didn't.
With dating preferences?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Personal preferences.
Oh yeah, I didn't answer that question. I agree with him with the whole height difference. Like I don't really mind a girl around my. I'm gonna add on to it. I don't really mind a girl with the same. I cited it. I don't really mind the girl about my height or a bit taller. But obviously, if I'm like 5'10", I would prefer her to not be. Hypothetically speaking, of like 5'5", 5'6". That's a good thing. I
love the shorties.
Not too short.
That's crazy.
I'm not trying to marry a child, you know.
Wow.
Chill.
I'm
You have to give a
5'1".
certain height.
No, you're not.
I am 5'1", or like 5'2".
You do
I'm
not
very
look
short.
5'1". Okay,
I
maybe
don't.
maybe my my guessing my range is off.
That's
so.
what you get for teeth in my acid.
Oh, my bad. Oh,
I know my height.
did I at least pass? Did I pass the course?
No, you failed.
Oh, I failed. Oh,
Get
that's-
out.
Oh, okay. True.
So what
So
about?
I still need more. Sorry to cut you off, but I still need more. You guys, both of you have yet to give something to the people or give me anything. Come
Okay,
on.
fine. Let's go with the 5 aspects I was talking about earlier. Financial, I want her to be stable,
Yeah.
like focus on
So you're
herself to
thinking
get.
really long term.
Yeah, long term,
Okay.
like marriage with kids.
Okay.
That
So
type of long term.
is that how you think with any relationship you get into?
That's how I would think of it, especially
Yeah.
now that.
Even at this age.
Yeah,
you're
like-
So you
thinking
date with the
long-term?
long term in mind. You
Okay.
Yeah, long term. No, not just some short term pleasure type
Okay.
thing. No, long
That's really
term.
good because a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of
that
people.
are in relationships at a young age, they're just thinking about, okay, I'll just see where this goes.
Exactly. So they
So
go with the
yeah.
flow, and for some things in life, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for this type of relationship, like someone's daughter, someone's son, like no.
But do you think that every relationship has to be like the one? I feel like that everyone has something to teach you. Everyone that comes in your life for a reason.
Exactly.
So even if it's short-lived, even if this is like a 1-year relationship, a 2-year relationship,
Mhm.
the time you spent with that person, it could still be.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
still
yeah.
hold
It's
it
about
very.
growth.
Yeah.
It is.
Growth.
Every
Mhm.
time you date somebody, you
Mhm.
grow as a person.
Oh, yeah, for
because
sure.
of the reactions that they have.
Mhm.
Because that's the thing. Whenever you're in a relationship with somebody, this goes for friendship, family, anything.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
You kind of mold your social structure and your actions.
Mhm.
I'm generalizing, so not everybody does this.
Mm.
But some people mold their actions and mold their social structure to the other person so they feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because when you're really a friend to somebody, when they're comfortable, you're comfortable. So you kind of build off of each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So some people kind of like adapt and change themselves. The closer you get to somebody, the more you become like them. And
Oh,
that's
like
just-
that.
I
That's
agree,
that.
I
That's
agree.
psychology. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
vibing,
Yeah.
like vibing
And
with
that's
each
why
other.
it's really important to be aware of who you're surrounding yourself with.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of people they get like
Good.
caught up with the wrong crowd, against the
Mhm.
wrong
Yeah.
things. You could be a good person, but
And then you
if you
could
get
just-
caught up in that, yeah, it can change you completely.
Whether-
I've seen it.
yeah.
Like, I'm sure you've seen it too.
Oh, I've seen that since
especially
elementary.
growing up where we grew up in
Yeah.
Rexdale, like when high school hit,
Oh.
how much did people change? Like it
'Cause-
was so crazy.
Especially for
Mhm.
me, because like my elementary, like it was still like, I guess the traditional elementary school.
What elementary school did you go to?
Holy Child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Did you go to the same
I
elementary
went to North Kipling.
school? You went to North Kipling?
Yeah.
Wow, I know so many people that went to North Kipling.
But like yeah, like when we got to high school, when we got to Car, oh my gosh, it's like
Mm-hmm.
so many I guess temptations and so many things that you were tested on.
Yeah.
And if you I guess failed that test,
Mhm.
your path in life will go completely different
Mhm.
compared to like other people's.
Yeah.
But it's never. We're going on a tangent.
And you
but,
saw
like,
it. Oh.
Yeah, he keeps like switching the thing. But it's
I'm not
okay.
doing it on
it's
purpose.
never too
okay.
late.
Conversation.
It's never too
Small
late to
talk.
like switch. No matter how far you are like down a path, as long as you're
Oh
alive.
no, definitely
it's never
not.
Too late.
Definitely
Yeah,
not.
The
exactly.
only time it's too late is when you're dead, because then you're dead.
Facts.
So,
Mhm.
So many people have had success stories at like age 60, 70 years
Oh,
old.
yeah.
exactly. Oh, Mandem, KFC. He was like,
Oh, 67,
He was 60
70.
something
I know
like
it was
that.
like I think I can't remember exactly, but like his wife divorced him. I think his kids
Yeah,
left him.
yeah.
He was like
What are you
bankrupt.
talking about?
The guy who created
Colonel
KFC.
Sanders, KFC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like he was like emotionally, relationally, financially done, and then he came up with this one idea, then changed his life around.
Because that's the thing, when you can harness your gift, this is a whole different podcast, because you love changing the topic.
It's
When you can
conversation,
harness your
small
gift,
talk. You got to
see-
go with it. This is when you can kind of go with the flow a bit. Then
If
get
you-
yourself back.
If you know you can bake the best chicken and make chicken better than anybody else, then monetize that.
Mm.
Easy money.
Easy money.
Easy
Why are you
money.
laughing?
It is
The
true
best
though. It is
chicken, Colonel
true.
Sanders was
Nothing
right.
is
It's
easy.
true.
Nothing in life comes easy.
Exactly.
You have to work hard. You have to hustle for it.
Exactly.
I think it's easier when it's something you love and something
Yeah.
you're naturally good at. Like you
Yeah.
said, harnessing your gift.
Exactly. It just makes the work
Mhm.
so much like I guess easier, bearable like to go through.
For sure.
Yeah.
But before we even I'm not even continuing until you say your preference. Like it's not even that difficult. You walk up to a female on the street, you're like, oh, she's attractive. All you need to tell me right now is she's attractive because.
So you're talking about physical preferences?
Or
That's the thing. Because a lot of people they take it on that base value. I gave
Yeah.
you guys that base value, but you guys could elaborate on other mental preferences.
Oh, we really could.
So me personally, I genuinely don't have a lot of physical preferences.
Yeah.
Height, height is attractive.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, even attractiveness is so relative. If I really like someone, if I vibe with someone, if I feel a connection with someone, they become attractive.
You forget all of
them,
that.
Every aspect of them becomes attractive, even if they're not traditionally attractive, even if they don't have like the nicest hair or the straightest teeth.
Exactly.
Like you become so attractive because of the connection that we share. So
that is true. That is true. But I'm still waiting for Brian to give his answer. So I love how we all gave answers before Brian gave an answer.
Because I overthink too many things.
My guy, okay, fine. I'll spoon feed you.
Give me scenarios.
Do you like straight, hair preference? Because we're going to start with the physical, then we're going to go into the mind.
Okay.
Do you like straight hair, curly hair?
Curly.
Curly hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any, I want to ask, do you have any, do you have race preferences?
Oh, no, I don't have race preferences.
What
See, he always says that.
Since Brian doesn't want to share it to the viewers, he doesn't find black females attractive.
I never said that. See, this is how we start these things.
That's something we don't even want to get into.
Exactly.
That's something we're not even talk about.
Okay, fine. I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate.
I can prove I don't discriminate. You can't prove you don't discriminate.
What do you mean I can't prove that I don't discriminate?
Even if you haven't been with a black woman, that doesn't mean that he doesn't find black women.
Because he's not even that type of guy to like date that many females. But the females, like we've been friends for a minute, right? So females that he's like, oh bro, she's attractive, and like we talk about, they weren't black.
Okay, well it doesn't mean he doesn't
not
find.
all of
He's
them.
saying
Statistics and in our environment.
In our environment. Wait,
okay, fine.
Yo, I'm about to page you. We live in Rexdale.
No, I'm not. How many? Well,
there's no white girls.
So
in
no.
No.
You're acting like.
Rexdale is so diverse.
It is diverse.
There's
I'm being extra, but
Rexdale's
like
extremely diverse. Well, except for
blowing things out of context.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll say curly hair. Since I like working out, a fit girl.
Yeah. What's
no
fit
discrimination.
Because that's also relative.
I know it's so vague. Oh my gosh.
So like some guys like girls who are leaner, skinnier. No. You don't say that.
So I'm gonna spoon feed you. Do you want a girl that's fit and thick? Or like
I want to ask
I
want to ask you guys a question because I see this a lot. Guys like thick. Yeah. What is thick? How do you define thick?
Brian,
that's the thing.
I'm asking the question.
I hear this so much, especially nowadays.
I hear so much. I'm still trying to figure it out.
What is thick? Because people are so obsessed with this idea of thick, this image of thick.
Yeah,
what is thick?
like they see it as more attractive, right?
Yeah, Brian, what's thick? Come on, Brian.
Yo, it varies though. Like it depends.
Some say there's a scale. I'm like, what is this? Explain it for girls because we really don't know.
Yeah, Brian, come on.
How can I explain this in the right way? Let's see.
Like some guys.
Let's say if it stands out the most to a guy, like let's say the girl has bigger legs than her upper body, then they will say that's more.
Okay, so upper body is thick too. Is that also?
Brian, you want me to tag in? Or like
I can't find the right words to put it in. I don't want to say the wrong information.
Because when it comes to thick, this is how I define things when it comes to slang. Because I don't even speak that much slang. I just sound.
Because then there's like slim, thick, there's thick.
So basically, you have to like decide what is thick. What portion of the female body you're looking at that is thick, or male body?
Yeah.
Anybody's thick. Anybody can be thick. So like, what portion of the body are you referring to? Usually it's the posterior, the rear, the gluteus maximus, the butt. You know?
That's what you guys.
The gluteus maximus.
But like, no, that's the thing. When someone says slim thick, ideally, this means that she's curvy. She has a smaller waist. But when it comes to her hips are wide and her butt's big.
Okay.
Proportion to her waist.
Kind of like that, similar to that hourglass figure. Similar.
Yeah, the hourglass.
Similar.
Like just thick is just like. When you're in that transition stage between like
you can't call them, I guess, more on the overweight side, but more, and you can't call them.
It's a sweet zone. Like,
it's like it is a sweet zone.
Some guys will call a girl thick, and then one of the other guys will be like, no, I think she's fat. Like it's like.
For that one is perspective. That one is perspective. Yeah.
With me, you won't really hear me call a girl thick unless you're another male. If I'm in the presence of females, I switch my vocabulary up rude. So
does every guy.
That is every guy, yeah.
Yeah, and why do you guys do that?
Because I respect
I'm not
women.
trying to come off a certain way.
I know.
I talk to other males like that because they'll understand where I'm coming from.
It's all about psychology.
Female, and the way I talk to a male, she will not understand where I'm coming from.
That's not true. That's not
for the
that's
most
not all
part.
females.
That's the
But
thing.
you should be able to speak. Why are you making that? You should be able to be your authentic self too.
Yeah,
Like if you're
yeah.
not keeping it 100, if you're not being real, if you're sweet.
If I'm dating the female, then yeah, I'm not filtering anything.
Yeah,
But
as
like,
you
if
shouldn't.
we're
But how are you gonna
from
get
getting to know you,
Yeah.
then I will filter myself. I will not expose my true self
But not.
until we're
But
seriously in a
obviously, since we're
But,
talking
like,
about
but if you're-
Tevin, like it's not. He's not gonna like.
relationship.
Yeah, because perspective and certain people. He's not gonna filter himself completely. Like he's gonna be like a completely different guy. He's just gonna watch what he says more around a female than if he was with a guy.
It's more so about my type of humor, because I like kind of sometimes my humor can be interpreted as inappropriate at times. It's not sexual. That's not what I mean by inappropriate. I mean, like socially inappropriate at times.
I know.
Socially inappropriate.
There you
I
go,
understand.
yeah. So because wait, did he even say a preference? You know what?
No,
it's
he
okay.
didn't. He didn't. It's okay.
I
I
need.
think it's
I need like some, you know me. I need to be spoon fed like that.
Okay, so we're just gonna keep moving because Brian doesn't like participating in his own podcast. So
We have a
nice guys
podcast?
finish last. I'm gonna pose that question to both of you.
That's a really good question.
Nope.
You don't think so?
What's wrong with finishing last? If you get the joke, you're over 18. If you're under 18, you should not get the joke.
Wait,
I'm 17.
Explain the joke.
17?
Don't watch that. Yeah, I'm 17.
When's your birthday?
November.
Oh, I'm asleep.
So do nice guys finish last?
Oh God.
Oh, okay. Define like nice. Give me the definition
Yeah.
of nice.
True, that's a very good question. Define nice. When I say nice, usually when people say nice, they mean they're referring to not necessarily like stereotypical nerd, but
You
not
think
necessarily
so?
stereotypical nerd.
Like goody two shoes type thing.
Yeah,
Or just
like
a
you
nice
don't go out of
guy.
your way to do things that will get you in trouble for no
Oh,
reason.
like the always saying yes to everything, not standing up for yourself, that
That's
type
the
of
thing.
thing.
I consider myself a nice guy, and you
That's
will
the
never hear me
thing.
saying yes to anything until I agree.
That's the
I am one of
thing.
the most stubborn people on this planet. I will not say yes until I agree, but I consider myself a nice guy.
I'm an.
So, like,
nice.
Okay, let me give you guys
Yeah,
some parameters. It's
you
hard to-
need because all of these things are like very vague. So
yeah. So it's hard to answer the question when there's not like any structure. So let me
Yeah.
try to think a week I can structure this. So when you think of a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
You think of the type of guy that is more so he'll go out of his way to be nice for no reason.
Mhm.
He's we could go to stereotypical, right? But I don't want to go to stereotypical route. We'll talk about that after.
True.
He's not like on the street all the time. You don't really see him at parties.
That's what a nice guy is.
You
I feel like
plays-
you can be on. You can be partying. You can be all that. You can still be a nice guy.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think that saying "nice guys finish last," the type of like nice guy they're talking about is the one who is like very kind to females, very
Yeah.
like outwardly expressive, very complimentive, very comment. I don't know if that's the
Yeah,
word.
that's the stereotypical one I was
that's
referring
talking
to,
about
yeah.
nice
Yeah.
guy, and
Like when you see nice guy, to most people they think of that guy as like not masculine
Yeah.
compared to like the other, I guess, jocks or that
It's
type
like
of.
the wallflower.
the ones who move
Oh, yeah,
more,
yeah.
the ones who move more hard, more
Exactly,
standoffish,
like a
don't show
quote unquote bad
their
boy.
emotions,
Amanda.
and
The ma-
Wait, no, I'm taking that out because I consider myself. No, I'm not Amanda.
They could
I
be
consider some
Amanda.
people that
You're
are
Amanda?
Amanda that are nice guys. I'm not Amanda.
oh yeah, there's some really nice mandem.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Nice,
but it
nice.
takes
There's
a
some
lot.
really nice
Mandem are
men.
nice. Mandem are nice.
Some of them.
Some of people are
Don't-
nice. That's the
don't-
thing.
I don't know.
Like, you can't say all of anything is true.
I mean, but
All of nothing is true.
no, but mandem, that's a touchy topic because
yeah, you could take that conversation to so many
Yeah, yeah.
directions.
So you guys gonna answer the question?
Do
Well,
nice
you
guys-
can't answer the question, but you are yet to
I'm
answer
sorry,
any of the
yeah.
questions.
Like, do nice guys finish last?
Yes.
Like the stereotypical.
I think
Stereotypical nice guy, sure, because everybody can kind of picture
the
that. better.
stereotypical nice guy, I think
I think they
honestly, I
do.
think they do.
So
And
you
but
find them. Why do you find it unattractive? Don't women want to be complimented? Don't you want some guy to like praise the
Yeah,
ground you
but-
walk on, like
but
roll out a red
that's-
carpet every
okay.
2 seconds you touch the ground?
no,
Never
they
say
don't.
no.
They don't. It's nice to hear and it feeds your ego, but no, it does.
Yeah, I see what
But
you mean.
women are so used to being complimented, they're so used to attention, they're so used to all of that. So someone that they want to pursue or they're attractive to, you have to play the game. Like if they're just so outwards with their
Yeah.
emotions, like super affectionate, super like
You
it's like putting all your cards on the table.
Okay.
You know, you don't do that.
True.
You have to keep something
Yeah,
to
yeah,
yourself.
you're right.
You have to add.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You're right.
Surprise!
There's
Give it
a
one to
game.
surprise.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a game to it, and you can't.
But is
Yeah.
that kind of a toxic mentality in the sense that breeds the type of man that, well, I don't want to call them man because there's
Bad
the
boys,
N-words,
bad boys.
There's
Yeah.
the N-words and then there's the man.
Oh, true.
Yeah, there's the real N-words and there's the mandem. But I'm just gonna use mandem because we can't swear, no profanity, watch the way you speak. So
Stay in school.
isn't that kind of toxic when you say something like that? Because shouldn't you want that type of outward niceness? Because when you say someone to be reclusive, to hold back, doesn't that kind of build up a mystery? Like, oh, maybe I don't want to text her good morning, or maybe I don't want to text her good night because I don't want her to think that I'm clingy. I don't want her to think that I'm like a nice guy in that sense.
When you're just talking to someone and you just like start seeing someone, you don't want that. Like, you don't want that in the first. Like, you have to build up to that, and eventually you guys will get to that point. But in the beginning, when you do that, it's not attractive because women are so used to hearing that, they're so used to it, and it's like I said, like putting all your cards on the table. You don't do that when you're playing whatever poker. I don't know. I don't play. I don't play. But it's like the mystery. It's like the mystery. It's like the mystery. It's the chase. Girls like to chase. Yeah, it's fun. It's entertaining, and it's like harmless fun. I don't think it's toxic. I think that you can have that whole stage of relationship, and it's fun, and you guys get serious, and then you can move into that.
So being more romantic and being more like nice guy is more so when you're like establishing a relationship.
Yeah. I think so. You're not gonna get a girl by being romantic straight up the front because it comes off as too much. It's overwhelming. It's like, okay, this guy wants too much. He's weird.
Yeah, I completely agree though, because like if you're trying to like get someone invested in you, you don't want to give everything to them all at once because it could get overwhelming.
It looks like you're too available. It looks like you have no other options.
And it looks like you have no drive, no passion, and you're not working on your grind, like building a business.
You have nothing else to do but text me all day, but want to see me all the time.
That's the thing.
Yeah, so
that's where it becomes a turnoff.
That's
true for you too, for females?
Like the nice, like the
I think
nice
females
girls
are better at like playing.
Oh, because they know the game.
They know the game better than most guys know the game. Yeah.
The thing with females are so sneaky with the way they operate all of that.
They are. Yeah,
a lot of females say how they don't like to be asked out first, but I personally think that females that kind of like make the guy ask them out by acting a certain way around them.
They're smart with it.
Yeah.
They kind of manipulate.
But that's how you play the game. That's how it works.
Well, like, what if you don't want to be manipulated? Like, just ask me out. Like, why are you trying to?
But then there's like guys when they ask a girl out and the girl says yes, it fills their ego. Like, gives them so much pride.
Yeah, you're right, stuff.
So it's somewhat of a win-win in a way.
If a girl asked you out, girl you were talking to, and she asked you out, would you not be a little bit weirded out?
Especially the first, like the first one.
What?
Like the first date type thing, like the first asking out.
Nah. Wait, what? You're talking about?
Yeah, like you're talking to a girl, and she's like, oh, okay, do you want to go out and go to the movies with me?
Yeah, I would be.
It's a little bit.
I won't lie. At the back of my mind, personally, I would have wanted to do the asking out first.
You want to do it on your own time.
Exactly.
And also, females don't want to do that because then it's like, okay, does he even want to see me? Like, I want him to do it on his own terms, so I know that like he wants to and he's serious. Yeah.
But that's also a fear. I'm not gonna lie. It's two-sided with that. Because as the guy, I might be kind of reclusive to actually pursue that because I don't know if you're ready.
Yeah.
That's the
but
thing.
I feel like guys are more used to doing it though, because guys are expected to do it all the time, which is not good. Which is it falls into like gender roles
and stuff like
that. Which is like a whole different. Oh, we are? Okay, that's good. I was gonna say that's a whole different topic.
Alright, I guess we can transition to that one too.
You wanna do gender roles right now?
Yeah, gender roles.
Okay, it's actually right next. Okay, gender roles.
Yeah.
Gender roles.
So what are gender roles to you guys? Do you think you guys like them? Think they're a good thing, a bad thing? Do you guys like fall into them?
Like the stereotypical guy thing, stereotypical girl.
Yeah, you think there's something wrong with that?
It creates a lot of insecurities between people, especially when they look at social media saying this is how a guy should be, this is how a girl should be, and then they question their own actions, their own lifestyles, their own, I guess, day-to-day lifestyle of living. So I wouldn't say I fall into that completely, but I would say that as a guy who wants to like provide for his family and that type of thing, I feel like I fall into that. But just like the stereotypical guy who does ABC, no, I don't think so.
Interesting. What about you?
What do you think? I want to hear what you think.
Want to hear what I think?
Yeah.
Ken, I'm interviewing you.
But you're part. You're in the
no,
podcast.
you-
Isn't it
you
your?
are.
Isn't it your podcast
Don't
too?
watch that.
Oh shoot.
I think it's the way you look at gender roles, because you can look at it from the perspective of this is just the way they act,
Yeah.
and then you can look at the perspective of they act like this because.
Yeah.
So this is not how they would naturally act if you were to take them out of their environment.
Yeah.
That's the two ways you could look at it. And for me personally, I feel like I act the way I act. But the thing is, if you were to take me out of my environment, I don't know if I would act any differently. So I can't validate either side. That's the thing.
Okay.
What about you?
Man, I feel like gender itself is a social construct. So
Big
everything
word.
that we know and who we are, where it's socially constructed. We grew up with this is how a male should act, this is how a female should act, and that's all you've ever known. So of course you fall into that type, like that stereotypical. Like you said, you feel like you fall into the stereotypical gender role of how a man should act at your
times.
age, right?
Yeah.
And me too. I completely feel like I fall into that stereotype of how a female should act. You know, do your hair, wear your makeup, dress a certain way.
Yeah.
And if you don't, there's repercussions.
Exactly. And it's
in
not
society, if you're not following the gender norms, you're looked at as weird,
exactly.
or you're the weird one. You're the odd one out.
Exactly.
You're people get ridiculed, people get bullied, people get outcasted, and so if I didn't have all of that, I don't know who I'd be. Honestly, like you said, if you took it out of the environment, you don't know who you think you wouldn't act any different.
I don't know.
You don't
That's
know.
the thing,
wanna
you
believe
don't
I
know.
wouldn't, because then it kind of plays with my mind that I'm not who I think I am.
But then
at
again,
this point, I feel like you wouldn't. But it's because at such a young age, you've been brought up
a certain
with this,
way.
Like with
But the
this,
thing with that, when you look at children, right, they haven't really had time to be socially morphed like we have, right? Socially altered.
No,
when you
but
look at a girl child,
yeah.
and look at a male child,
Okay.
there are differences in personality and action.
Okay, yeah.
With some people,
Yes,
from
with
birth?
again,
you think so? Because it actually starts at a very young age. It
that
starts at a
social
very
temperance.
oh
starts
yeah,
at a young age?
like pink blanket right out the womb, pink blanket, blue blanket. Your
Oh,
room
yeah.
painted a certain way.
Yeah.
You're given certain toys. You're supposed to. Boys are.
Well, you're not given. That's the thing.
No.
Once you
Nah.
pick those choices,
No,
you wanna play with.
you don't.
No. I mean, okay, yes. When the parents give it to you, you are
You
kind of.
to say, I want to buy that.
But when you really think
but
about
when
it,
you're really young,
as a
when
kid?
you're like 1 year old, 2 years old, you don't know. They give you these trucks. They give you these cars. They give you the girls. They give them their dolls, and they're like, okay, and they do their thing, and you play with what you have, and. Like even what you see on TV, like you have these girl shows, you have these boy shows. You see how they act. The boys act on
especially
on
the way
TV.
the media
You see how girls
portrays
are
them.
acting on TV. So this starts at such a young age.
It does actually.
Yeah, and people
From the day
don't.
you're
People,
born.
yeah, from the
Even
literally
probably-
from the day
literally.
you're born. I know me. I grew up with an older brother. So up until like middle school, I was literally a boy. I was such a tomboy.
Oh, tomboy.
Because I wanted to do everything he wanted to do. He wanted to play
I
Pokemon.
see.
I wanted to play Pokemon. He played sports. I played sports. Like I would hang out. I didn't even have any girlfriends. I would play with his friends all day.
Them ones,
And then up until middle school, like shit. I didn't have friends. Like people didn't like me. Why? Because I was so masculine.
And it's that
So
gender
then-
role thing.
And so I'm like, okay, I have to change. And that's exactly what I did.
It's like, oh, she's
So
not
I
she's
can-
not a girl. She's
Yeah.
not. She's one of the guys. That
yeah,
type of
so
thing.
I can conform to
societal norms.
to society and be more accepted, and now I'm more accepted. So if that wasn't a thing, I would be completely different. I feel like I would be. I would.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one's what? Expectations. Yeah,
Oh,
expectations.
expectations.
In what?
Expectations you
regards?
have in a relationship.
Oh.
Expectations
Okay.
that you have.
Which one's first?
Okay, expectations that you have of the opposite gender. Like, do you expect men to be more likely to hold the door open for you? Do you expect men to like
I think.
help you out? Not even in a relationship yet. We'll talk about that in just a second.
True.
But you're not in a relationship. Just men in general. Do you expect them to be more kinder? Sorry for the grammar. Do you be kinder to you because you were a woman?
No.
Okay.
I feel like you should treat people how they treat you. You should be kind to everyone, regardless of their gender, regardless of who they are. I don't think gender has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. treat everyone nicely. Treat everyone kindly. If you get to the door first, hold the door open for the person behind you.
Out of respect.
No matter if they're a male or a female or a child or who, like, whatever they are. And honestly, it's really not good to have expectations of other people. Yeah. Because they always fall short. So,
and that leads to depression and all that stuff. And you don't want that. You don't want that.
Different podcast, my friend. Whole different podcast. So, what about you, Brian? Because you don't like answering questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Expectations of what I want from my significant other?
No,
just in general.
In general?
They're not there yet.
Oh, but
down.
Oh, my bad. I'm just going so fast.
So what expectations do you have for the opposite gender? Like, not in a relationship yet, just in general.
In general? Yeah, like treating me the way you would treat... Okay. Treating me the way you would treat, like, your own female friend or guy friend, and, like, no differently. Just showing that respect factor, because even before you even think about getting to any relationship or friendship or anything, you want to have that respect factor. You don't want to be with someone be in their presence and have some sort of weird vibe from them. You don't want to be in their presence and have some sort of like, I don't want to, you'll be sick of seeing them, sick of hearing them. So if they're not giving you, I guess, that respect from the beginning, I don't want to be around them.
No, I 100% agree. Yeah. What about you?
It's always involved me.
It's not, I just want everyone to be engaging in the question.
Exactly, everyone's involved.
Do you have any expectations?
No.
Nah.
And he says I don't answer the questions.
What am I supposed to say? I honestly don't. Because the way, with me, I've had a pretty interesting childhood in the sense that why are you laughing? I didn't even say that.
Because your facial expression, the way you're saying it.
I've seen I've hung out with a lot of all types of people. I hung out with a lot of tomboys, females that act like guys.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying. I don't have any expectations for how somebody should act or how the opposite gender should act. Because everybody acts differently. And they do tend to, especially as you get older, as you said, in middle school, you do kind of see that more tomboy type phase.
Especially
as you get older,
especially when you go through puberty,
tend to become more feminine.
Yeah.
So
it's because you have to.
Yeah. So I guess.
Or else guys don't like you. Or else no one will like you.
Yeah. Like the majority of the group.
I want to ask a question. Do you guys think there's more than two genders?
More than two genders.
What do you guys think about gender?
I don't have enough knowledge on that, but.
You don't have enough? No, just your general opinion. I'm sure you've heard.
Do I think there's more? I've heard like a 1-2 rumor.
A rumor?
A 1-2 rumor. Wait.
I'll tell you guys.
But it was on Instagram, so you gotta take it with a pinch of salt. You can't believe it.
Everything. Everything on Instagram you take with.
Nah, I don't think there's more than 1-2 genders.
You don't think there's more than 2 genders?
Nah, I'm saying boy and girl. That's it.
Boy and girl. That's it.
That's it.
Really?
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's crazy.
It depends on the way you look at it. Because
gender itself is a socially constructed term.
It depends on what you call it.
Socially constructed.
That is true.
No, what gender is male and female.
Yeah.
But there is no male and female. Biologically, there's sex, right?
Yeah.
There's sex, but
yeah.
Gender itself is a social construct, and so there's male and there's female, and then there's like everything in between that's like just gray, right? That's just
it's gray. Like black and white. And but what about the
the gray area, right?
Can
I talk about like? Oh come on! I was in my anthro lecture, and one of my profs said everyone started laughing, but she said if you've ever seen a micro penis, and a really large clit, they look almost identical. Like they look like almost exactly the same.
Interesting.
So she's like, if you take that in, and that's like people, do you know like what intersex is? People are born with
I've heard about that.
You didn't ask me this.
But intersex, that's not a gender though.
It's a different set of chromosomes. So it can be a different set of
that's
chromosomes.
That's a
sex.
sex. That's a sex. That's sex. I'm talking about gender, which is
that's
like
the thing. That's
the
your
complete
definition.
Gray area.
I see.
Because some people they don't conform to any of that. So you could.
The thing when you say you don't conform to any of that, what I don't understand is why do lesbians? Well, this is like stereotypical, obviously, but some lesbians tend to act more masculine. But if no such thing as gender, why are you acting more masculine? Just like continue acting the way you do. You.
Maybe they aren't being more masculine. Maybe they're just being their authentic selves.
But then how come their authentic selves match with masculinity?
Why can't it Why can't it?
It can.
I think we all have. it's definitely not. We all have masculine and feminine components to us. We all have estrogen and we all have testosterone.
Yeah.
So maybe she naturally has more testosterone. Maybe it doesn't have to do with hormones.
Yeah, she has a point with that one. Yeah.
So you're saying that they're acting. So do you believe that the testosterone levels could be affecting their brain in the sense that because I'm just asking because like hormones are what like function a lot of our body like a lot of our body systems.
Yeah.
So do you think that the higher level of testosterone would make you more likely to feel like I am a man? Like make that decision within yourself?
Yeah, like if you put testosterone in me, I definitely would, right? Would I not?
Okay.
I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm sure even without having testosterone, you could just naturally be we put these labels, masculine and feminine. Like masculine is you're supposed to be tough, you're supposed to be hard,
assertive,
whatever,
all that stuff.
And feminine is you're supposed to be dainty, you're supposed to be soft. Take those labels away. It's just. That's just people, and that's just characteristics, that's just qualities.
Yep,
so if someone's naturally some type of way, then you can't really say it's an imitation of of masculinity.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but when I say masculinity, like I'm being feminine, I'm doing like estrogen, testosterone ratios. That's what I mean.
Okay, well I don't know. I'm not. I'm not sure about that.
Now, I'm still intrigued by the whole gender role thing because that's the
gray.
Yeah, there's so much gray area.
Yeah, like it's actually like it has me shook for a minute. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Oh, that's one. Did you even talk about expectations? I feel like you still didn't answer.
Oh my God, we can. Okay, fine. Well, I'll answer all the questions you want me to answer at the end of the podcast.
Okay, fine. Clinginess. You find out.
That's the next one.
Clingy. Yeah, that's the next
I don't think anyone likes clingy. No one really likes clingy. Unless you're a really clingy person, then maybe you'll vibe with really clingy. But majority of people.
Interesting.
I feel like with people they have like their limits. I feel like at first it's like okay, this person's like always on me, so like it fills their ego, their pride goes through the roof and all that stuff. But then after a while, even the next day, it's like okay, I'm starting to get annoyed.
It's more clingy, like males or females.
It does depend. Based on my knowledge, not experience, I heard that it is females.
You think so?
Yeah.
'Cause I know a lot of clingy men.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't agree with it,
men.
but that's what I've like seen and heard.
I think females might appear to be more clingy, but under the lines, like in the DMs, you can read that men are clingy.
Oh yeah. Maybe so you're saying like in person?
In person, because take it in. Men like to act a certain way when they're depending on what environment they're in.
That is
true. So when you're in person, you're not gonna act clingy, but when you're at your ones texting somebody.
Because girls they know the game when it comes to texting.
Yeah.
They know the game when it comes to texting. Guys, they have a lot of work to do. So
some of them know what they're doing though.
Oh yeah, they know. Not every guy, of course.
Yeah.
Not every guy.
Yeah,
clinginess is not okay. It's not okay. Period.
It's not
okay.
Because that comes from insecurity, right?
Exactly.
If you need to be like fed attention all the time,
oh
you need to be around
yeah.
someone all the time, you need to
if you need
have
someone
that constant
love or support or
it's insecurity. And you have to be able to sustain that within yourself and without attention. But I always feel like you can't be like a half and be with another half. Like a half, two halves don't make a whole, right? You have to be
like
completely
holding
confident
yourself.
and completely like assured within yourself before you even get in a relationship, so you're not clingy.
Yeah, I completely agree. You don't need someone else to completely make your life whole or complete in a way. You know what I mean? You have to gravitate that feelings from within.
That should just kind of be like the cherry on top.
Oh yeah.
That's what a relationship should be.
Like you have the like your life is the whipped cream, and then the relationship's like the
life is
cherry.
like the life is the cupcake.
Oh, it's a cupcake.
Like the.
Oh, the cupcake itself.
The bread.
And then what's the icing?
The icing? Oh man, the icing is.
Kind of like the the rewards from having a good life.
Everything you have.
Everything
your
you have.
Career,
assets.
Your assets.
Everything that makes you grateful. That type of thing.
Yes, your money, your career, your.
And then everything tangible like relationships.
That's the cherry.
That's a little
cherry.
That's
the cherry.
That's
and that's what makes life really sweet. But everything you can still.
Yeah, like if you take the cherry off the cupcake, it's still a cupcake.
You can still eat it.
You can still eat the cupcake. It just won't taste as good.
Okay.
With the cherry on the top.
That's a really good analogy. I'm not.
You guys do not need to go that deep. But it was a good analogy. You guys went
That
deep.
was a good analogy.
Yeah, I know.
I stuck that.
Big-
But this is
big
that's kind of a
knowledge.
perfect segue, not feeling fulfilled within yourself, into our last topic, jealousy.
Ooh.
Oh.
So, first things first, you have to start with
Jealousy.
a controversial and then get less
Cancel on it?
controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So, do
Controversial.
you think that males or females are more clingy?
I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
I drink like 1 liter
Okay.
of water per day. Probably
Tattoo.
more.
Yeah, most likely more.
Probably more. Sometimes I do too.
Yeah, I heard like maybe like 2.5 is a
Yeah.
good. That's what makes you hydrated.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot the question.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, what was the question again? Something about jealousy?
Who do you think is more jealous, males or females? And again, we're
I don't think-
generalizing,
Okay.
stereotypes.
Yeah,
These
just
are
stay, yeah, we're doing
opinions.
everything is stereotype. Everything is
That's what I'm saying,
stereotype.
like-
Everyone's
'Cause
different,
if you were
right?
to go into the analytical, like, and the actual numbers,
That's different. That's
it'd be
different,
like-
yeah.
What numbers?
like, if we were to, like, actually Google statistics, like, actual
Oh,
stats
okay.
on all the stuff we're talking about.
Do you think there's a study been done on?
There's a study for everything.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's-
Oh yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
There
you're
is,
right.
there
But
is.
even within that study, they didn't do the entire world's population.
Of course
Oh,
not.
They did like
they-
1,000 people.
Well, they can't.
Yeah,
So
a
they
thousand,
that's what
a
I'm
thousand
saying.
people in some next city
It's
or
some next
country.
area, yeah, so
That's
maybe there's
completely
like
different.
maybe there's a peer reviewed.
Oh yeah, for
Article.
sure, for sure.
That's
the thing. So with everything that we're saying throughout this entire podcast, take it as just people talking about what they know, what we don't know, we can't talk on, obviously.
Mhm.
So if you know something that we don't know, then
General,
more power to you, God bless.
general advice and information for specific
General,
people.
yeah. There you go. So answer the question now.
Jealousy. Who's more jealous, male or female?
Yes, in your opinion. And why? Because sure, why not? Why?
I would have to say stereotypical, of course. Females, just because I know how a male thinks. So I know, like, when it comes to, I guess, emotions and stuff, especially for most guys, they like to hide that thing. So, like, they, I guess, wouldn't, I don't know, how can I put this? Some guys don't really take relationships seriously. So I guess when they see jealousy, they know that, actually, no, I can't really put that. I might have to change my answer, actually. Jealousy.
You wanna like answer and
Yeah.
save him time?
Let me come back to it. Let me come back to it.
Males or females? I think, again, it's like, we can't really base it on gender. It's a person per person type of thing, right?
Yeah.
But I think males and females, they get jealous about different things.
Yeah.
So
It really does vary a lot.
Like, I know a lot of girls will get jealous if their boyfriend is liking another girl's pictures or commenting on another girl's pictures. But guys, they're usually not like that. If they see, let's say they're with their girlfriend, a man approaches her, they'll be angry.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That will make them jealous. But switch that, and I don't think the female would care that much. They'd be like, okay, like other females, like I'm talking like. For myself,
Yeah.
I was with my boyfriend,
Yeah.
and a female approached him and was hitting on him. I would be like, okay,
That's
my
when-
man's attractive.
Oh, you like
Like
that?
that would be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's understandable. But if
You
it's
know?
like too much flirting, that's too much,
Uh,
like to an extent of like, okay, like you need to like get off.
So you're saying there's no line? Like, what do you mean
no,
by
of course
There's
there's
a
a
line.
line, but like a
Because you
little
said,
bit.
"Eh," when you said too much flirting, so I'm like, what you mean?
Like if I'm right there though, then like what's really
Oh,
gonna
I
happen?
see.
You know what I mean? So
I
I,
see.
wouldn't be like, what are you doing? You know, like.
Yeah,
But like
yeah,
men,
yeah.
if you're with your girlfriend and a man comes to her and he's talking to her and
Yeah.
men get angry, men get.
I'll get.
it's-
I won't get like obviously because for me personally, I won't get defensive off the spot.
Yeah.
Depends the situation.
A lot of people, a lot of men do.
Yeah.
But I think that's so primal. Like that's like a.
It is
that's
because
a
like
primal type of
that's
thing.
like your family in a way. Like
Yeah.
you're committing yourself to another person. So like if someone's trying to take that person from you,
Yeah.
that's like that commitment, everything good that's happening in that relationship from you. You know what I mean? So
No, it's very primal. It's very like instinctual. Like
is,
they
it
get
is.
like
But men are instinctual creatures.
that's the thing.
Men really are.
everyone is an instinctual creature.
Trust comes into
Sorry,
it.
boss. You're right.
Trust comes into everything.
But
Like,
for jealousy, I think it's if you have confidence, if you are secure with your relationship, if you know like how it is, there's no reason to be jealous. But like
Yeah.
a little bit of jealousy, I think it's healthy. Just
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, just a little
Healthy
bit.
jealousy.
Healthy. Everything healthy is good. Okay, fine. But for the sake of answering the question, I'll just say females.
Females.
And you say everybody.
I think it's like I said, it's a person to person thing. But if you're confident and you're secure with your relationship, and even yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not confident, anything can make you insecure and anything can make you jealous.
Yeah.
True. That is true.
Mm.
So then, if anything can make you jealous, what situations can you guys give that examples that would make you jealous?
Oh shit, that's a good question.
Let's see. So, like, if I'm here with my girl, or like in general.
Just situations
Situation in general.
Like any situation you could think of.
Okay, so I could kind of tell the difference between, like, I know kind of, I'm not experienced. I could kind of tell the difference between, like, female friend and guy friend and my girl vibing with each other from like a best friend type of relationship. So like if they're hugging a lot, that type of thing, that's not jealousy just because they've been like close friends. That's the thing.
And I want to ask you, because a lot of females can't tell. Like, let's say they have like
really?
a best friend that's a guy, they'll be completely oblivious. Like, for a very long time, I had a really good friend that was a guy, and everyone was telling me he likes you. I was like, what?
That's the thing.
Like, what are you talking about? This guy's my brother.
Like
what
that brother sister thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I don't
So,
really count that as jealousy.
How do you know if, like, your
I
like
see.
friend, your male friend, how do you know that if he has feelings for you, if he like see like
So
what are those signs?
Unless maybe
I want to know.
Yes, bro.
maybe the way, let's say when they're like hugging and just being close from a physical
Yeah.
standpoint, as like hopefully just best friends, based on where the guy may be touching her, like hugging wise and stuff. So like where his hands are. Let's see.
What do you mean where his hands are?
Like
if his hands go to certain places, that's
But
the
like
case.
if he's not trying to make it, yeah,
but if
that
he
would
is,
make it so obvious.
That's the case.
that's
you know?
okay. That is obvious.
Come on, Brian. Answer the question.
Mm.
Don't disappoint the people.
I won't disappoint the people.
You answer the question.
Yeah.
Sure, if I was waiting for you to ask, I was trying to tease. So, all these questions, I usually think about them in my free time anyway. So what?
No wonder you're always so prepared.
Yeah, I'm
It's
always
out the
prepared.
spot.
So when it comes to a situation like that, it's a matter of guys tend to invest their time into things that they care about. Guys are very again, I'm generalizing.
Yeah.
But we don't like to invest our time into things that we don't really care about. So if a guy is making the time when he could be doing something else,
Okay.
that's like a clear sign. Like if I could be eating, if I could be playing, if I could be
doing something
else,
productive, and then
So if he's going out of his way.
Yeah.
I had someone tell me if he's doing stuff for you, or if he's saying stuff to you that he wouldn't with his male friends, that's how you know he likes you.
Yeah.
Like if he's like.
If he's treating you different.
Yeah, then he
Treating you
would like
different.
one of his male friends.
Exactly. Especially if it's like one of his like brothers too. Yeah. So. It's okay. I can't
just
stop
don't give an
answering.
answer.
My guy, you said you're on the spot. It's on the spot,
okay.
fam. Give me time to think.
It's
I
okay.
didn't need time.
Yeah, you said you're prepared for it.
Come on.
Exactly.
Yo,
Everyone-
you wrote
everyone's
the
different.
question, so I'm sure
Like
you.
what?
That question
Prepared.
wasn't there. We just thought of this.
Oh, but you did write the question.
Yeah, in his head. Next question.
What do you mean next question? This is the last question.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, the last question was
No.
about who's more jealous. I just made up this question.
What was the question?
Oh, the last question was which gender was more jealous. You guys gave your answers for that.
Yeah.
The last this question was about scenarios. Like what scenarios would you give to the people, just in case they're going through this.
Give a situation. How about you give like a real life
Okay,
incident?
true. See, it's Caravana time, right?
Yeah. Okay.
See, I'm always prepared.
Well,
This
explain
is Caravana.
explain Caravana because not everyone knows what Caravana is.
So Caravana is a Caribbean, Afro, Latin American. I don't know what else.
Pretty diverse. Pretty diverse.
Yeah, it's pretty diverse. Though.
Yeah, actually.
Did
It's
you
one of
go
those
this
things.
year?
One of those
I've
carnivals.
only went once in 2015.
Oh, how about you?
I've never gone because I'm a good boy.
Never gone.
The stories are Brandon about to preach on this podcast.
I don't know what
One
you're
time I went to
talking
Caravana,
about.
nobody profaned me.
It was
Nobody
for
said
it was.
that at
What do you?
once.
I don't know what you're talking about. This was
But
this
if we're
was
explaining-
this was for a trip. This was for a trip for my job,
What kind of trip?
for my police job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, youth and policing initiative.
Nice.
My first job.
This guy lied through his teeth.
Lying? I don't have the proof, but
Proof of what?
I
Yes, you
no
did the police
document.
job, but that was not connected to Caravana.
It was actually.
So how did you go from work to what you told me?
It's a
So
different
what
story,
you told me,
bro.
I want to hear the story.
No, that's the next podcast.
Next.
That's
I really wanna hear the
next.
story.
You will.
You know, like and subscribe, and you'll hear it eventually.
Exactly. Remember, we can't put all of our cards in one.
You
Just
don't want to
pause
put your
it.
cards on all your cards on
We gotta
same-
save it.
Hey,
Gotta
hey.
keep
I get
the
it.
audience invested. But yeah, explain what
Maybe
Caravana
turn
is.
this off. I want to hear.
So it's like a carnival type thing. People dress up in like these really like promiscuous type of tight fitting.
Promiscuous.
I think that's me personally. I think it's kind of promiscuous. But anyway, they
So,
have feathers. They're like bikinis with feathers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'll like all walk down a road. It'll be like a parade type thing. And
For hours.
Hours.
That's so much fun.
Home
Yeah.
like 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And Caravana's a whole weekend.
Yeah,
and it's the
yeah,
Monday too. They
yeah.
extend it to the Monday.
Yeah, that's like the
So
funny
Saturday,
thing.
Sunday,
The
Monday.
funny thing about the Caravana Monday is like you party all weekend from Friday through Sunday, and then Monday is like another party to thank the people for coming to the party. So it's a thank you party for coming to the party.
It's the best.
So that's kind of
what Caravana is.
Wow.
A
Yeah.
lot of parties, random houses, man. People that don't even throw parties like ever, don't even throw their own birthday party to throw a Caravana party. Like people do the craziest things.
It's the best. I love Toronto.
You already missed Toronto.
I miss Toronto so much.
So now that you guys have a gist of Caravana, say that your significant other goes to Caravana and a female is dancing. He's chilling in the corner, posted up like man them do. A female starts dancing on him. Significant other, she's just dancing, whining by herself. And man's like walk up to her. Like I just wanted to give both.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I wouldn't care if I was there with him. Was that? No.
No, like you can do if you were there and if you are there. But you saying you wouldn't care? Like if you were there, you wouldn't care.
If I'm there and I'm standing with him,
the
girls line up on him. I'm like, hey, okay, cool. Like I'm not insecure, so that wouldn't really scare me. That doesn't intimidate me. Like I don't think that this girl's not gonna take my man. Like you can line up on my man. I don't care. Have a fun time. I'll be doing my thing too. Like
I see.
Yeah, but if I wasn't there and he told me later, it's different if he's telling you, right? That's like out of respect and you're being like straight up.
And
but
completely
if
honest.
someone else told me, like let's say I knew
yeah.
someone there, she's like, yo, I seen whatever shorty line up on your man, then
Yeah,
I'd be mad because you didn't tell me, number one.
Especially if
and
he
then
does.
number two, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Having to hear it from someone else.
Yeah.
So it's like depends on context.
Yeah. Especially if he explains it in a way that's not genuine. Like I didn't mean for it. I didn't mean, but
he could have moved away.
That's the thing. So I mean, I guess along the lines of this does not alter, this does not ruin our relationship in that.
Yeah, but the fact that he told you was like, hey, I was at Caravana today. This girl came, she lined up on me.
Yeah.
This is what happened. But alright, you're being honest. You're telling me. So clearly you're serious.
Yeah.
Right? If it was a different type of way, then it would be. Then I would be jealous. Then I would be mad. What about you?
For me, it's a bit different. I would prefer to not think of another guy or even imagine another guy winding up on my girl, getting close to my girl in that sort of aspect ever. Especially at Caravana, because those guys are reckless.
That's understandable. Yeah, okay, that's true.
Yeah.
These guys are reckless.
Guys are reckless
really
as it is. But especially when everybody, like hundreds and hundreds of people are on that party mindset, I would prefer to not have my girl be with any other guy in that scenario.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Preferences.
What about you?
I don't even want guys looking at my girl.
Not even breathing the same air.
I breathe the same air, my guy. Go to a different country.
Why? Are you insecure?
You can I might be. I don't. That's the thing.
Do you think maybe it's very subconscious? Maybe you don't even realize it because it's so.
It probably is.
My basic logic is, I just don't. It's kind of, I'm very selfish. Because if I'm gonna go out of my way,
we're talking for an hour. That's
crazy.
crazy.
Doesn't feel like an hour.
This really is a podcast.
I know you guys can tell us an hour. I know you can tell us an hour because you see the red dot and the thing. But like for that, I'm not really 100% sure if it's like I'm subconsciously like I'm insecure because I kind of think of it. Might sound kind of bad, but like if I'm gonna go out of my way to date you, I remember I date with like long term. I date with marriage in mind. I'm not dating for no reason.
I see.
So if I'm gonna go out of my way to date you, I don't want to say you are mine, but like I'm selfish. Like you're not that you will.
But
you are mine.
Yeah, he makes a point. He makes a fair point. It's a fair point.
Like if I'm there's no way of saying this without it sounding kind of like primal and like girls are. I'm not trying to say females
it's that gender role thing.
I'm not trying to say females are objects, but like.
Yeah, you don't want to say she's a she. You don't want to say, okay, this girl that I have interest in, she's my possession. She's mine. No one else can take her.
It's not even that you're my possession.
It's not like that.
I love you so much that I don't want anybody else to have a piece of you. Like,
really?
Yeah. It's like you spent so much time, money, blah 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 in this one, I guess, not item, but investment, and like it's so precious that you don't even want to share with other people because you feel like it might ruin it.
But like is one wine really sharing? Like one wine, like.
Hey. I see what you mean. It's like one and then
it's a 1, 2 thing.
It's like preferences.
For 5 seconds.
But you take my food.
Like, does that really scare you? Like, is someone really gonna take this food from you just because someone's looking at this food?
So
take it
okay.
From you?
So when
but it's just about sharing. Like, I don't want you to feel my.
Yeah, it's all about the preference. It's all about the preference. If you think about it from that mindset, it's more of like they're just like a tasting of yeah.
So you said you don't even like men looking at your girl. Why?
I don't like obviously people.
But isn't that a good thing? Like okay, like your girlfriend is so attractive. Like look.
I don't think about it like that.
Oh really?
I don't think about it like that at all.
Oh, okay.
That's just a different. That's why I kind of made these faces. I find that very interesting. I would have never perceived that you would think like that. As a human, you assume people think like you. So I never really took in that mindset. I never really thought about it that way. But I find that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit more easygoing.
Yeah.
So I feel, I don't know, for some reason if someone is looking at my man or someone trying to talk to my man, I'll be like, okay, wow.
Yeah.
People find him attractive.
Obviously,
like, that's
people
a good
will
thing.
look at your significant other.
I see what you mean.
As long as you're not blind.
But he's mine, but like, you know?
I see what you mean.
With me, it's the intention with looking. Like,
oh.
there's a difference between
you're right.
Me looking at Brian like this, or me looking at Brian like. There's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, one has meaning behind the look. One's like, oh, I see you, that you're an object. I can see that you exist.
That was more than meaning.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
So I think. Let's do at least one more scenario.
Yeah, one more.
We talk about one scenario for how long?
Give like a personal example. I want to like. Have you ever been? Are you in a relationship? Do you have a? I don't know if I can even ask this, but.
Oh, Brian, why are you making that
like
face?
prior.
Wait, why am I being
I'm so sorry. I'm so curious
you.
because of you.
I haven't been in a relationship since elementary.
Elementary school?
Elementary.
Wow. Have you been jealous in that relationship?
No,
wait,
what I can remember. No. Like I haven't like had a relationship since elementary.
Were you jealous
elementary?
In that relationship,
elementary. It's been a minute.
Doesn't count. That don't count.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't count. Yeah, I told
what
you.
About you.
Little experience. Little experience.
I'm a bit more promiscuous when it came to it.
Like
big words.
My elementary school. You know, remember I went to North Kipling.
Yeah, I know. I know about North Kipling.
Wasn't the best.
I know about.
But when I got to high school, I was a lot more.
Yeah.
A bit more streamlined. Kind of like on my education grind.
Academic, securing the academic bag.
Cool. Yeah, but I just want to hear like a personal story.
Like of that time that I was jealous.
You can't recall?
Shoot.
It's harder when you're on the spot.
Oh,
right?
there was this time I dated this girl called disrespect. I did this girl.
Don't say her name.
Blur it out. Done.
I will blur it out. Sure. Why not?
That was
okay. It doesn't matter.
Because she might see it.
Blur.
You definitely.
I know, but it's best to blur it out.
You have to ask someone before. Oh, you can ask her.
No, what is that? 1 minute.
1 minute.
Eight.
1 hour. 1 hour, 8 minutes.
Still gone to McMaster.
You're
1 hour, 7 minutes. Okay, it's in my mind now.
Okay, so there was this. I dated this female from
high school,
grade 11, up to like November into grade 12, right? End of grade 11, spring grade 11, November grade 12, so around 9 months, right? And throughout that relationship, she's a very friendly female, so like, whatever, I was chill with that. But the only time, I wasn't actually jealous. I said this as a joke, but she thought it was serious. Was the only she went to California for the summer break, right? So she went to like this event. I think it was a baby shower. And the baby shower had like a masseuse, and he was a male. So she got a massage, and I give her massages, right? And she always like critiques my massages.
Do you give good massages?
Huh?
Do you give good massages?
I give amazing massages.
I give amazing massages.
I give amazing.
Yeah, mine's mediocre.
I give amazing massages. I'm sent to a masseuse.
My mom was a massage. She's a massage therapist.
She taught you one too?
Of course she taught me one too. What do you mean? Because I have to give her massages, and then she's actually professional. So she tells me what to do.
Okay, so you probably are better than me. Never mind.
Nah, you never know. So basically, she's always like critiquing them, and then when she got this massage from like a professional male, she did not need to say he was male. But anyway, I kind of said I was jealous as a joke in that sense, as a reference to her not responding that positively to my massage. I see.
Oh.
So that's the only time jealousy ever came up.
Okay. So this is more of like not like a personal, like regular, like on the like a guy approached her on the street type jealousy, but more of like
I was never jealous in that relationship.
I know, but like, let's say hypothetically speaking, you were, for this scenario. This was more of like a business type jealousy.
I'm in business, like it was a joke, but like the if it was literal, if you want to take it as literal, the only reason I'd be jealous in that situation is because she was in California. I couldn't give her a massage, so she got it from somebody else.
And you don't know how the guy looks like, and then the insecurities will come in.
Maybe you can use that argument, but like, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, last question. This is gonna be the last question. Yeah. Because you have to end it on I know. I'm not gonna say it yet because you guys need to say your personal experiences because you guys co-op me into doing it. So.
He doesn't answer anything.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't
answer. It takes me long to think.
You had some time.
About the jealous thing?
You had some time.
A time when you were jealous. You could just say you were never jealous.
Yeah, I don't have enough experience to say I was jealous.
True.
Yeah.
Do you feel like sharing? Because you don't have to.
When I was younger, I would get really jealous at everything, but that was probably because I was so insecure and I was so young. Yeah. And I just hadn't like built up that confidence within myself. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I was so petty. I would get jealous over everything. I would get, I grew out of that. I was so young. I was like 14 maybe.
Oh wow.
14, maybe 13. Something. Yeah, I was a child.
No,
it really is.
And back in the day, that's a whole adult. You'd be married with kids.
What?
You'd be surprised. Back in the day,
Oh yeah. People were married. People had like.
Wait.
People had like not five. Oh, but they did have a lot of kids.
Probably a lot.
They would marry with kids because they would all die, and they needed them to work in the farms. The farms and stuff.
So you're not gonna participate, Brian?
I have no experience to say. What am I gonna say? Fair.
So this is the last thing.
Last one.
Kind of ties into jealousy. We're gonna talk about cheating.
Ooh.
Is cheating forgivable in a relationship?
Oh, that's a good one.
Last thing.
Are we doing scenarios with cheating or just cheating in general?
She got clapped by another man. Like what else?
Oh wow. That's cheating.
But that's physical cheating. There's also there's like emotional cheating.
Yes. Okay. Let's do a physical scenario and an emotional scenario.
Fine. So physical, she got clapped. I don't know what other physical. Okay. Or if you want to be nicer, she was kissing another man or clapped. Either way, it's the same.
And she was sober and she was aware.
Of course, she wasn't drunk.
Being drunk is not an excuse, though.
It isn't.
It really isn't, because
you should never be drunk to a point. Unless you're partying with me, you should never be drunk. I don't drink. Never drink's bad for your liver.
Oh, you don't drink at all?
Not
at all? Never?
I only drink water. Sometimes juice.
And if there's an event,
are you guys coming to
classy event.
Are you guys coming to Foco?
I'm doing my homework.
You're not coming to Foco?
I'll be here for Foco.
Oh,
he drinks. He parties.
I don't. But books first. Books first. Party later. But okay, is cheating forgivable in a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I think long term. I think about my kids. I think about my kids. I think about my life in general. I think about my time. I think about the whole thing about you spend so much time, effort, and money, caring for someone, loving someone, vibing with someone, and many things in between.
Are you texting?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Come on, business. And then if you are in a relationship with someone and then they just, I guess, give themselves to someone else.
But
that's when it's like, okay, I forgive you as a person.
Yeah.
Like human, making mistakes, that whole thing. But if I personally feel, because I am so long term for my kids, for my family, for my future, if the action that you committed was so bad, I will forgive you as a person, but not as like my significant other. Like we'll keep it like that, like a friends type, or even like if it's that bad, then no friends, that type of thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's levels.
There's
like
levels.
Kiss,
It is levels.
Is that like that's forgivable? Like just one kiss.
Like she kissed him.
He kissed her. She allowed it. You know.
I think that's a level. I think that's like a. Oh man, there's so many things. There's an emotional part to it too.
Like, it was just meant nothing. Just one kiss, just a peck on the lips.
It's not that deep to me.
It's not that deep to me.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No, not in that sense. I mean, like they're the same to me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like if physical and emotional.
If you're willing to kiss.
Yeah, like.
Someone,
Oh really?
That's like if you're willing to kiss someone, like even a peck. Because I think it's a long term.
Yeah, that's like sleeping with the whole
you're
other
still
person.
over the line.
I think it's
the degree of how far you are.
Yeah, it's that long term that comes into my head because I'm like, yo, if you're willing to do this with someone, what about 5 years later with another guy who probably has ABC more features than this guy that you did that peck on the kiss with?
Like the way you think.
So it's that long term mindset I have. So yes,
like
it's the same thing. Cheating is unforgettable.
I was thinking, okay, if it was just one peck, one kiss, I would let it go.
Yeah,
but now that you're saying that, I think you're right because if you're willing to do that in the future, you'll be willing to do more.
Exactly.
Right?
Because I know like TV shows are like, I know it's not like it's TV, but people are saying, oh, it's one thing, it doesn't mean anything, but if you really think about it, it has meaning. Everything has meaning.
It comes from a lack of respect too.
Exactly.
They don't respect you, they don't respect themselves.
No. Especially if like I'm balancing like a bunch of other stuff and it's like good investment time with you, and then you're just gonna do that just basically like gives me so much like I lose all respect for you in that sort of aspect of life.
Yeah, I agree. Cheating is not acceptable.
Cheating is not acceptable.
What about emotional?
Emotional?
I think that's so much worse than physical cheating.
It probably is.
I don't fully understand emotionally.
Like,
what do you mean?
Someone tried to explain it to me before, and I fully did not.
What did they say? How did they? Okay, you can explain it since you know better.
Okay, so let's say I'm with you. This is my best friend Brian.
Yeah.
And with Brian, I'm super like, Brian, I really like you. Brian, like, me and Brian are always texting, always together.
Oh, but we're nothing physical yet.
Nothing physical, but we're talking like we're like a thing.
Oh, so
like,
the potential of dating is coming.
We're having very deep conversations. I'm always with him. I'm holding him, I'm hugging up. Let's say it's not even like physical, not even touching him, not even hugging him. Just the fact that we're exchanging these kind of like intimate conversations, as you would with like a partner. That's emotional.
Oh, you explain. I think you explained it a bit better than a person.
Yeah, probably. That's a perfect explanation.
So I wouldn't say it's worse. I would say it's just as bad.
Just as bad?
So like I didn't even get the chance to say this, but Brian, I agree with Brian. If you're willing to cheat on me, that means you do not respect what I have to offer. I mean, like we can still. I can like. If you're on the roads and you're about to get hit by a car, I'll save you. Like if you're bleeding
as a
out,
person,
I'll call the ambulance.
As a person,
like, as a person, you have value because no person deserves to die.
No.
But like we're not cool. That's it.
Yo, I think the emotional one is worse for me.
I think it's worse because physically, let's say you're not around. Let's say she's in California and it's been like like 2 months and she's really just.
A whole summer?
You just need it.
And summer is like when you want to have fun.
Sleep with someone else. That's like,
okay,
but that's completely physical.
Yeah.
Let's say someone's not even satisfying you emotionally, that'll be like,
mentally
something
they're
must
gone.
Be. Yeah. Like, that would make me so insecure.
The emotional one's a bit more disrespectful.
It's worse. Yeah, that is more disrespectful.
Actually, no, I take that back. I just visualize someone clouting my wife.
No, but
I take that back.
Physical cheating is physical cheating can be just physical. Like it's maybe you just wanted to have sex. It could have been anyone.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be this one person. It didn't have to be Brian. I don't know it could have been XYZXL. You know, it could have been anyone.
I don't know about you guys, but I hold sex as like I'm giving you my body, my guy. That's up
that's
there.
The cap. That's like that. That's a ceiling.
That's up there. So I don't think about sex
mean.
as like I cannot. Like this is the thing with me. It is. I know. Like I've never had sex. I'm a virgin, obviously, but like it is impossible.
Obviously. Why'd you say obviously?
I'm 17. I'm a minor. Like who's clapping on there? Go on. I'm from Toronto. I am a virgin. I know a lot of you guys are doing that. Just.
Oh wow,
don't get pregnant.
I love that you're putting it out there like that. That's really cool.
But if they are pregnant, their life is not over.
Of course not. You have no idea how much respect I have for that. especially because in my family, that touched me personally. Because in my families they're teenage moms and they kept their children, which is why I'm here. So I would not be alive if they aborted. That is true. I respect that so much.
Passion.
So
this
much.
is probably the most passion he's been in this whole video for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is literally impossible for me to have sex with another female and not be connected with them emotionally. Yeah. That I cannot.
I would say, I would agree. I think I'm gonna have to agree with it because it's like emotional and then like pecking on the kissing and all that stuff. But like sex is like the what?
Something actual intercourse.
What else is like? No. I don't think there's any worse.
Nah, for me personally, I can't think of any. That's up there. I can't.
Yeah, because like emotionally, cheating, it's like mentally you're not even in the relationship anymore.
Yeah.
So like
that's why I think it's worse.
Literally, like at least with physical cheating, it could be just like physical features.
Yeah.
Let's say
you find them so attractive, and it's just something
like you see like whether it's lust, like the body, like his body himself. You just want to be with him, even though you emotionally love coming home to be cared for to your man. But that emotional part, if that's gone, if you can't even get your girl or guy invested in you for that relationship, then that's you're done.
Interesting.
And then you're so sneaky too. That's so manipulative. That you're in this whole
and you're aware of what you're doing too.
The waste of time will touch me.
That's
the waste of time. Yeah. Money I can get. I've spent a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money to my name, of course, but I spent some stuff that I regret in the future. I'm not rich.
Sorry.
But money I can get that back. What else? You can get so many things back, but time you can. I tried. But time you cannot get back, especially if you spend like a good years with that person, and it ends like that. I'd rather be done with a relationship after years of having it, just because we just lost interest. At least, because that's a bit more natural. Yeah. But if it's the relationship is done just because so and so felt the need to just get up and leave and just, not be in the relationship anymore, mentally, emotionally, and physically, nah, I don't want that. It's unforgivable. But yeah, I think.
The outro, or do you wanna
I think that's it. I think we answered all the questions we need to ask.
Yeah, thank you so much, by the way.
For almost like an hour and a half. You're the
welcome.
very
Thank
first
you.
guest.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to plug?
I had so much fun. No, I don't like randoms on my socials.
No.
I'm really selective with that kind of stuff. So,
but
I just enjoy being here. It's a lot of fun.
But yeah, I think that's it. Goodbye. Thank you guys so much for I guess tuning in to the very first Potential Excellence podcast, Unlocking Your Potential Excellence, episode 1. It's the first of many.
It's gonna be on YouTube, right?
YouTube, because
they'll send you the link.
Send you the link. Yeah, it'll be on everything. We're trying to get us everywhere, everywhere. Want to be known.
Say bye to people.
Bye to people now. Now. Is this when I do my catchphrase?
Do you have a catchphrase?
Oh, you don't know the catchphrase?
No.
Yo, can someone turn my audio off? I want to hear this.
But yeah, really, thank you for tuning in. This is the first of many. Tell us what you want in the comments below, because we're just getting started. And as usual, never forget, you have the potential to be excellent. And subscribe to the Unforgettable Journey. Ha-ha.